Everyone was watching when a missile, meant to stop a rocket from Yemen, went off course over Israel. At first reports said it hit a school, causing lots of worry, but an Israeli news source, Mariv, corrected this. It turned out the THAAD defense system, supposed to be a perfect shield, messed up. This makes us wonder if these systems really work, and if they can keep people safe. Even more, it shows how unstable things are in the area. Conflicts spread across borders, threatening peace everywhere. The missile's near miss reminds us of the danger people face in war zones. It shows we need to find peaceful solutions, especially in Yemen, where these problems start. What happened in Israel is a small part of a bigger problem that affects the whole world. It's a wake-up call for everyone to work together and stop more fighting. The THAAD system, made by the United States, was supposed to be a big improvement in missile defense. It was designed to intercept and destroy short, medium, and intermediate-range ballistic missiles during their terminal phase. This advanced technology was seen as a game-changer, providing a shield against potential threats and giving people a sense of security. Now people are looking at it closely. Analysts and experts are scrutinizing every detail, trying to understand its capabilities and limitations. They are examining data, running simulations, and conducting tests to ensure that the system performs as expected under various conditions. Channel 13 in Israel reported that the system failed, and now experts and regular people are worried. The news has sparked debates and discussions, with many questioning the reliability of the THAAD system. The failure has raised concerns about the effectiveness of missile defense systems in real-world scenarios. This makes people question if the system is reliable. Can it be trusted to protect against actual threats? The doubts are not just limited to Israel. Other countries using or considering the THAAD system are also re-evaluating their stance. Can it tell the difference between a real threat and something harmless? This is a critical question because false alarms can lead to unnecessary panic and potentially dangerous situations. The ability to accurately identify and respond to threats is paramount for any defense system. Can it keep people safe, especially in crowded places like Israel? The safety of civilians is the top priority, and any failure in the system can have dire consequences. People need to feel secure in their daily lives, knowing that they are protected from potential missile attacks. When a fancy system like this fails, it's a big deal. It not only undermines confidence in the technology but also raises questions about the investment and resources allocated to such defense systems. The repercussions of a failure can be far-reaching, affecting military strategies and national security policies. It shows that mistakes can happen, even with missile defense. No system is foolproof, and errors can occur due to various factors such as technical glitches, human error, or unforeseen circumstances. This reality highlights the need for continuous improvement and vigilance. It also shows that technology isn't always enough. While advanced systems like THAAD are crucial, they cannot be the sole solution. A multi-layered approach that includes diplomacy, intelligence, and other defense measures is essential to ensure comprehensive security. We need other ways to stay safe, like talking to other countries and finding ways to stop fighting. Diplomacy and international cooperation play a vital role in maintaining peace and preventing conflicts. Building strong relationships and understanding between nations can reduce the reliance on military solutions. Countries using THAAD and similar systems are watching what's happening in Israel. They are closely monitoring the situation, learning from the experiences, and making necessary adjustments to their own defense strategies. The lessons learned can help improve the effectiveness of missile defense systems worldwide. It shows that even the best defense systems can fail, and peace is still the most important thing. Ultimately, the goal should be to create a world where such defense systems are not needed, and peace and security are achieved through mutual respect and cooperation. Things are even more complicated because Israel has military buildings hidden inside regular projects. This is upsetting and scary for people living nearby. Is it safe to live near a possible military target? Having these buildings in crowded areas makes us wonder if people are safe during war. It shows the tough choices Israel has to make to stay safe while also keeping its people safe. This discovery has made things worse in the area. Some say it's hard to tell the difference between military targets and regular people, which could lead to accidents during fighting. The world is worried about this and wants everyone to follow the rules of war and keep people safe. Mixing military and civilian areas is dangerous and makes peace harder to achieve. We can't think about this incident alone. It's connected to the war in Yemen and what the United States is doing there. The US has been helping the Saudi-led group in Yemen, giving them supplies, information, and selling them weapons. Human rights groups say the US is partly responsible for the problems in Yemen. The war has hurt many people, forced them from their homes, and caused a terrible famine. People say the US is making the war worse and hurting millions of Yemenis. What happened over Israel shows how connected wars are. A war far away can affect other places. People in the US are also questioning what their country is doing in Yemen. They want the US to be more careful about what it does in that area. Section 5. Economic tremors. Feeling the pinch of the blockade. The war in Yemen isn't just a humanitarian crisis, it's also hurting the economy, especially for countries like Israel that depend on shipping routes in the area. The conflict has led to a severe disruption in the flow of goods, impacting not just the immediate region, but also global trade networks. The ripple effects are being felt far and wide, causing economic instability in various sectors. The blockade led by Saudi Arabia has disrupted shipping, causing delays, higher prices, and lots of uncertainty. Cargo ships are stranded, waiting for clearance, and this has led to a backlog that affects supply chains worldwide. The increased shipping costs are being passed down to consumers, making everyday goods more expensive. Israel's economy is feeling it. The stock market has shown signs of volatility, and businesses are struggling to keep up with the rising costs. The marketplace is bustling, but the underlying tension is palpable as traders and consumers alike worry about the future. Trade routes are messed up, making things more expensive for people already struggling with high costs. Essential goods like food and medicine are becoming harder to find, and when they are available, they come at a premium. This is putting a strain on household budgets and increasing the cost of living. Businesses that rely on imports and exports are also hurting because they can't get what they need and are losing money. Many have had to close their doors temporarily or even permanently. Store shelves are empty, and business owners are frustrated facing an uncertain future. The blockade is also a problem for the region's future. The strategic waterways are crucial for international trade, and any prolonged disruption could have long-term consequences. Geopolitical analysts are concerned about the stability of the region and the potential for further conflicts. It could make things worse between countries that rely on these important waterways. Diplomatic efforts are ongoing, but the tension is high. Countries are trying to negotiate, but the stakes are enormous and the outcomes are uncertain. The world wants the blockade to end because it's hurting Yemen and the whole region's economy. International conferences and summits are being held to address the issue, and humanitarian aid is being delivered to alleviate some of the suffering. However, a long-term solution is needed to ensure stability. This shows how connected the world's economies are and how important peace is for trade. The interconnectedness of global trade means that a disruption in one part of the world can have far-reaching effects. Peaceful trade routes are essential for economic stability, and international agreements play a crucial role in maintaining this balance. Section 6. Unwavering resistance, the spirit of Yemen. Even though things are very difficult, the people of Yemen are strong and determined. Armed groups, especially the Houthis, are still fighting the Saudi-led group, attacking Saudi Arabia and ships in the Red Sea. This shows how serious the problems are that started the war. The Houthis, a Shia Muslim group, feel like they've been left out of power and treated unfairly in Yemen. This fighting shows how complicated the war is. It's not just a fight between powerful countries. The people of Yemen are fighting for their rights, their identity, and their future. Their strength shows that fighting alone won't bring peace. We need to fix the real problems like unfairness in politics, money problems, and social issues. Section 7. Cracks in the shield, Israeli air defense vulnerability. What happened recently showed some weak spots in Israel's air defense system, which is supposed to be one of the best. The THAAD system failed and something got through its airspace. This makes people wonder if Israel's defenses can handle new threats. Israel has spent a lot of money on air defense, like the Iron Dome, David's Sling, and Arrow systems. But this incident shows that no system is perfect. Modern warfare uses drones, missiles, and cyber attacks, which are hard for even the best defenses to stop. Israel is now rethinking its defense plans. It needs to keep improving to stay ahead of new threats. This is important not just for Israel but for all countries that depend on air defense. It shows that we need to keep researching and working together to deal with new dangers. Section 8. The Al-Aqsa Flood, a new wave of conflict. To make things even more complicated, there's a new campaign of attacks against Israel called Operation Al-Aqsa Flood. This operation marks a significant escalation in the ongoing conflict, bringing new levels of violence and destruction to the region. The name itself, Al-Aqsa Flood, evokes strong emotions and historical grievances, making the situation even more volatile. Hamas and other Palestinian groups started it. These groups have long been in conflict with Israel, but this new wave of attacks is unprecedented in its scale and intensity. The fighters are determined, and their actions are a clear message of defiance and resistance. It's named after the Al-Aqsa Mosque in Jerusalem, a holy place for Muslims and Jews. The mosque is a symbol of religious significance and a flashpoint for tensions. By naming the operation after this sacred site, the attackers are highlighting the deep-rooted religious and cultural dimensions of the conflict. This is a big step up in the fighting between Israel and Palestine. The intensity and frequency of the clashes have increased, leading to more casualties and destruction on both sides. The situation is rapidly deteriorating, with no signs of de-escalation. The attack started in early October 2023. This sudden surge in violence caught many by surprise, disrupting the fragile status quo that had been in place. The timing of the attacks suggests a strategic move by the attackers, aiming to maximize impact and draw international attention. Lots of rockets have been fired from Gaza into Israel, and armed fighters have crossed the border. These coordinated attacks have overwhelmed Israel's defense systems, causing widespread fear and panic among the civilian population. The border crossings by armed fighters represent a new and dangerous tactic in the conflict. Israel has attacked Gaza, targeting Hamas buildings and military sites. In response to the attacks, Israel has launched a series of airstrikes aimed at crippling the military capabilities of Hamas. These strikes have caused significant damage and loss of life, further escalating the cycle of violence. Operation Al-Aqsa Flood is a dangerous escalation that could lead to a bigger war. The scale and intensity of the conflict have raised fears of a broader regional war, drawing in neighboring countries and destabilizing the entire Middle East. The international community is watching closely, concerned about the potential for a wider conflict. It comes from problems that have existed for a long time, like Israel controlling Palestinian land, building settlements, and not making progress towards a two-state solution. These long-standing issues have created a deep-seated mistrust and animosity between the two sides, making it difficult to find a peaceful resolution. The world wants the fighting to stop, but finding a lasting solution is hard because of mistrust and complicated issues. International leaders are calling for an immediate ceasefire and a return to negotiations. But the path to peace is fraught with challenges. The deep-rooted issues and historical grievances make it difficult to achieve a lasting and meaningful resolution. Section 9 Conclusion: Navigating the Storm. The missile incident, the war in Yemen, and the increased fighting between Israel and Palestine show a dangerous situation. These connected conflicts are complicated because of old problems, unstable governments, and the desire for power. They are a threat to peace in the region and the world. The THAAD system's failure shows that technology alone can't bring peace. We need to fix the root problems like unfairness in politics, money problems, and social issues to achieve real peace. The world needs to help with discussions, calming things down, and working towards a fair solution. If we don't, there will be more fighting, instability, and suffering. We know what we need to do, but it takes bravery, commitment, and working together for a more peaceful future.